Hi everybody, welcome back to freespanishlessonsonline.com. In this, my second lesson, my second video, I want to teach you some very basic words in Spanish that will be very useful so we can later continue with some deeper things. In order to teach you some grammar, some sentence building, I first need to teach you some very basic words, that we need, for example, for conjugating, for showing examples. So that's what I want to do in this second video. So let's see this. First of all, if we want to conjugate some verbs, we need to know which are the names of the persons in Spanish. So we have yo would be I. Then we have some Spanish-speaking countries pronounce the Y as sh. Some others, mostly, pronounce it like y. So let's better use y. So this would be yo. Yo would be I. Tú would be you. Let me correct something here. Tú has a tilde. This is a Spanish tilde. Later on, I will teach you the rules when we do need to use a tilde for a vowel and when not. Tú is singular for you. Él is he. Ella is she. Nosotros, we. Ustedes or vosotros would be the plural for you. Ellos would be they. So, let me repeat again what I mentioned in the first video. For the second person in plural, so for you plural, in Spanish we have two words, ustedes and vosotros. As I said before, vosotros is the word they use in Spain. Ustedes is the word used for you, plural, in all Latin American countries. Both of them are correct, academically correct. Both of them are recognizable and understood and accepted in every Spanish-speaking country in the world. So you can feel comfortable with any of these, right? You have to remember that the conjugation of verbs will change for whether you use ustedes or vosotros. And I will teach you that later. For now, just remember that you is ustedes or vosotros. So let's see this again. Yo. Yo. Tú. Tú. Él. Él. Ella. Ella. Nosotros. Nosotros. Ustedes. Ustedes. Or vosotros. Vosotros. Ellos. Ellos. Spanish is a very regular language. Spanish phonetics and pronunciation is very irregular. So, you write as you pronounce or as you read, and you read as you write. Exactly. So, if you know how to pronounce every sound in every situation, every letter, you should be able to read correctly. So, Y, the Y, Y is pronounced Y. So this would be yo, yo. Tú, él, ella. Remember that? We saw in our video dedicated to the alphabet that double L is one single letter according to the Spanish alphabet. So this would be ella. Nosotros, nosotros. Ustedes, ustedes. Vosotros, vosotros. Ellos. Right? Again, we have double L, that is one sound and one character in the Spanish alphabet. Ellos, ellos. So these are the 6 persons we need to learn to conjugate verbs in Spanish and to speak. The first 3 of the singular, the last 3 correspond to the plural. Now, before we learn how to conjugate, and before I even teach you verbs and vocabulary, I want to teach you the 4 perhaps most important verbs in Spanish, and why they're also very important, because they correspond to the 2 auxiliary verbs in English. However, while you have one verb in English, to be, and another verb in English, to have, each of these corresponds to 2 Spanish verbs to mean the same thing depending on which case or what you're trying to say, right? So, the verb to be in Spanish can be ser or estar, depending on the use. Ser would be to be, or estar would be to be. We will learn that later on. For now, I just want you to learn and remember these 4 verbs in Spanish. Haber and tener correspond to the verb to have in English. So, let's read this as in Spanish. I told you, you write as you read and you read as you write. So, ser, ser. Estar, estar. Haber, haber. Tener, tener. Right? These are the 4 verbs I want you to learn today. Check this out. I read this haber.